go through a lot. I went through, some crazy stuff. Like even my first magazine cover that I did for a French magazine, I worked with a photographer who was really good, but he kind of played me a little bit. He took the picture, sold the picture, to a magazine, but I didn't get no money for that. But
No
because
proceeds.
I didn't sign a contract. I didn't know. So he was just like, oh well, sucks to
Your
be you.
loss. Right. That's
Right. I
crazy.
got a copy of the magazine, but that's all I got. Like my mom, bless her heart, she tried to reach out to the people for me, and they were like, oh, well, we thought that this and this and that. For the girls that's trying to get into modeling, especially my black women, go overseas. They love black people,
Mm.
love black women.
And make sure you get them contracts together
Make sure you get listen.
before.
Even now, for photographers, make sure you have a contract. Even with that, everything needs to be contracted
Of
because you just
course.
never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You never know.
Especially if you're not really trying to do good behind what you're doing. It
It,
shows. It
oh,
shows.
absolutely, and that's another thing too. You could be beautiful all day long, but if your character is shitty, it's not gonna keep you in places. It's not. I tell people all the time, like, I don't know. Like I've heard a couple things. Like for the most part, people know who I am. They know that I'm a nice person. At least I would like to think that. But then you
Right.
got some people that think that I might be stuck up, and I'm like, that I'm the complete opposite. Like I love people. I'm just
You
not no
are.
fool.
You are. Hey, that's the key word. I love you, but I won't be a fool for you.
Eggs. Listen, you talking about me preaching? Oh,
It's that wisdom. See, you
that's
pass
that
that. We get
wisdom.
those. We
I'm
get
telling
those.
you. So
Man.
I'm big on that. You could be a woman or a dude. If your energy not right, if you are a naturally mean person, that comes out. It's gonna come
Oh
out.
man.
You can't, especially when you meet somebody like me who already in tune. Like I pray for that. I pray for discernment. So you can't really
Mm.
get past me with too much stuff. I'm gonna see it before you even try to cover it up. So,
Right. Right. I like that. I like that.
let me tell you. Let me tell
So
you.
with the okay, so I'm gonna move to another hat. So
Okay.
we passed the photographer. I might get back to that because I always wonder how in
Mm.
the heck you got into pictures, but now I know.
Uh-huh.
So I know. So now what's the third hat you will say that is on the list, on your top list?
That's in the making.
Yes.
So the third one, I want to get. I don't even know the correct title for it because, like I said, it's so fairly new. But I want to start working in the community. Honestly,
Mm.
an advocate, especially for women and women who have suffered from domestic violence. Um,
Wow.
that's
That's
been big
deep.
on my heart. Yeah,
That's
for a long time, and because I was still going through my situation, I didn't really feel like it was, because I'm still in it. Like, how you gonna tell me to get out of my situation?
right, right,
Right.
right.
So that will be the third hat. That is probably going to take some time because, like I said, it's
Mm.
so much to develop as far as what I want to do. Like I talk to my mom about this all the time. Um, and even with people who suffer from that, and it could be men and women. I obviously we know that, but I want to put that out there because I know that sometimes y'all men get a lot of flack, and it's like, well, it ain't just us, and that's true because women could be abusive too. But
Right, right. See, my sister said it. Y'all hear it. Y'all hear
I'm telling you,
it.
I
I had
got
to
y'all
highlight
back. I
that one.
love y'all for real, Kings, for real. But it's something that like is near and dear to my heart. I want to get to a place where I'm actually able to help women.
Right.
Whether that's through counseling, whether that's through um, resources. I know for me, when
Mm.
I moved states, there was a place that I went through. They helped me with the funding for my apartment, for my first apartment. They helped me find a job,
That's
daycare.
dope.
So I think it's important to have that for people who are coming out of that situation, who
Mm.
truly want to get on their feet. So that's
Mm.
that's another hat that I look forward to. I'm really excited about because, like I
So
said,
that's like
what would you call that?
a
It's
nonprofit organization.
nonprofit organization, right? Which is a lot to come.
503C. I believe that's what
Yeah.
it is.
And
Okay.
shout out to Denzel because I was, doing some stuff with him when he first started his for Anaya Mac. Rest in peace, baby girl. But So that was my first
Of
footing,
course. Mm.
into that. So it definitely spoke to me, and it definitely pulled on my heartstrings. I'm like, I would love to do something like this when I'm able to, because it
Wow.
requires a lot of funding,
A
that
lot
I
of,
don't,
yes.
you and
Paperwork, all that.
yeah, and you just got to know the right people, right?
That's
Like,
true.
it ain't
You
about
you're
what
right.
you know, it's about who you know.
You right. See, you dropped them gems. Y'all hear
Dropping gems. So it's like, now that I'm in a bigger city, I'm making connections. Networking is so important with anything that you do, honestly.
them?
So whether it's
Yes.
photography, whether it's, which is funny because my next photography project is incorporated into domestic violence, and that's gonna be a pop-up showcase that I want to do soon. So that's
I
a
gotta
secret.
make that trip because I
Yeah,
gotta
but you know
see.
what? No, because it'll be home.
Oh, it'll be here.
I would do it home, just because I got so many friends and family and stuff. So it'll
Right.
be newcomers too, but I do want to do it at home. I just feel like it would be very fitting to do it. So I will keep you in the loop
Man, that is
of that.
dope.
I'm so
That's
excited. I'm so excited because like I said, I'm even though I'm like only 2 years into this photography stuff, like when you start getting good at stuff, it's like you get excited about it. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
even with you and your show, like when you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing. Like,
Ah, hey, I ain't gonna pat myself on the back, but I
I mean,
feel.
toot your horn, pat yourself on the back, because you are your biggest supporter at the end of the day. You ain't
You're
got to
right.
be cocky, but to be confident, you earn
Oh
that.
yeah.
You work for it. You ain't got to be ashamed of that.
That's okay. So how are are the children just
Mm.
as excited on this new path that mommy is on?
Oh my gosh, they are. Let me tell you something, okay? And this goes back to what I was telling, with parents. The most important thing that you can give your kids is a peace of mind.
Mm,
That's a peaceful environment. So my
I agree.
kids, especially the oldest one, EJ, he's 4 now. He'll be 5 next year. At my old apartment, we used to pull up, no matter if we was coming back from groceries, grandma's house or whatever. We used to pull up and he used to cry, like in tears. Like the energy in the home was just so bad. That's
Wow,
another thing that kind of got me to the point where I was like, I got to get my babies out of the situation.
that's crazy.
Now we pull up to the crib. Listen, my kids want to go home. We pull up to the house and we drive off. If I'm not taking them, listen, EJ about to he gonna have a whole fit. So they are
Oh
loving this
man,
new
I can see it
environment.
too.
I'm telling you. So that's the best thing I could have gave my kids. Like they love it. They
Mm,
love being home. It just feels good to be able to give that to them. They're doing great though. EJ is autistic, which I talk about freely with everybody. So that's another hat. Not just a regular mom. I'm an autism mom. So
Shout out
that's,
to the moms.
yeah, because
Shout
we
it
some
out.
superheroes. I'm trying to tell you, it's an adventure every single day. And then I have my little firecracker, Nasir.
Mm.
That's gonna be. Is it the second ones they say is your trying kids?
You know what? I'm not too sure because I feel like my first one should have been my second one. My second one should have been my first one. Sometimes, just personally, because I'd be ready to just like, you know what? Forget
Listen,
it. You
sometimes
gonna
your
be
kids just do stuff. You be like, bro, why would you do that? Like,
right. But you know, but as parent, as a dad,
yeah,
I'm at that point. Like, you know what? I'm gonna let you do it.
I'm. Listen, as long as you're not crying, you're not hurting nobody else. And listen, y'all can say what y'all want to say. Y'all can judge me if y'all want to. It be like that sometimes. Get out my face for like 5 minutes, and I don't care what you do. As long as you ain't tearing my house up and you ain't breaking no bones or nothing like that,
Yeah,
do what you want to do. Because I
I
just need a
agree.
minute. I need
I
to be
agree.
silent. So, but
Yeah,
yeah, they're great. My kids are great, learning and growing every single day, getting big.
that's what's up, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. I never say bad. My friend taught me that. I used to, back when we were home, it was so common. You know how it's common to say, "Oh, they bad, 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 bad." But I
yeah,
want people to get out of the habit of doing that, calling their kids bad. Just imagine what you're doing to their psyche if you call that
yeah.
child bad from a child on a bad, bad, bad.
That's true.
What you think
That's
they gonna
true.
grow up doing? You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't say bad, I say busy, or you real active today. You watch your
Man,
body.
you
You
full of
know,
energy. Man. Like the Energizer bunny with the
I'm,
glasses on,
I'm
man.
trying to tell you. So, that parenting journey,
Yeah.
I'm even learning so much patience. I've learned so much patience with my kids. You gotta have patience though, because
Oh yeah.
if you don't,
There, you won't make it.
you're not gonna survive.
No, not.
You this
Just
parenting
telling
life.
you, no,
Mm-mm.
not happening.
Yep,
So
yep.
ooh, man, I got so many questions. Nah,
Uh
shit,
oh. Come on with it.
man. So okay, I want to go over to the photography thing because that's a huge passion that's
Hmm.
new to me. But for
Yeah.
you, it's like going to Egypt and meeting Nefertiti herself
Oh
in a way
yes.
because you just man. So
Yeah.
you told us about the nature.
Hmm.
You like being outside, of course. You love people. So
Yeah.
what are some of the big ideas or ventures that you have for photography that you
Hmm.
want to get into, like celebrity photography, nature, all the above? Some people go as far as like doing it for movies and stuff. So
Yeah. You know what? Who is my big inspiration? Ava DuVernay. Love her because she didn't pick up a
mm,
camera. I think till she was about 30 something. Did she say 30 something years old? 32. And
mm,
here people think that well, you have to start as a child, in order to be good. But when you're naturally gifted at something, for some reason, like you said, it's like going to Egypt. Like things just click naturally for you.
yeah.
I'm the type of photographer, and I say this. I probably haven't said it enough because I get so many inquiries about people, asking me like, "How can you do this picture for me?" I am not the type of. I'm a what do you call it? I'm a raw shot type of photographer. I don't like cookie cutter, like pose like this and do this. I'm not that type of
Oh,
photographer.
natural.
Natural. I don't even want pretend I'm not there. Pretend I'm not there. Of course, like, I would do, family pictures, but it's not your regular family pictures. I want to,
Right.
watch your kids playing. They don't even got to know. I'm in the corner somewhere watching them play with their other sibling, or
Okay, I get it. I get it.
yeah, or just even with couples, like just interact, do y'all own thing, which I normally do. Do y'all, read books together? Let me capture that image. I love nature, and I love pictures of nature, but I'm not taking a picture of a tree. Like I wouldn't want to do that. Shout out to my photographers who are into that type of stuff, but that's the type of photographer that I am, and
Hmm.
you know, and there's nothing wrong. Let me just say this too, because I know some photographers. Shout out to Bree, um, that do all types of photos. They do, pictures of couples and nature and um,
Wow.
senior pictures and stuff like that.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong if you're diverse like that. Me personally, what has helped me as far as being able to capture the images that I do is that I practice the same style. I think when you are able to
Hmm.
zone in on one style, you get really, really good at it. Like it's hard to, what I'm saying, it's hard to perfect something if you here.
Right.
So being focused in on one type of photography like has helped me. So
Mm.
if
I
that
can't
answers your
wait.
question,
You gotta
yeah.
you gotta put that portfolio together, man.
Man, let me tell you, I'm gonna have to hit you up on the side because, like I said, rebranding myself, it's a lot that goes into entrepreneur, like being an entrepreneur. It's
Oh
so
yeah.
much, and it looks so pretty, and it's not. I can't tell you how many times I cried to my sister on the phone, like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I can't take no pictures because I gotta, it's hard for me to take pictures. I gotta, have my kids. But I've been to photo shoots where I've had my children with me, like one on my hip, one in the car seat. Like it gets
That's
real.
dope.
So yeah, I mean it's dope, but it's tiring. Like I'm trying to take this shot and EJ running down the street somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. But I say it's dope because you don't hear that type of thing when it comes down to a professional,
hmm
an entrepreneur, especially a black woman that's
yeah,
got that has her babies with her, and you
yeah,
still getting dope pictures out of all of this, it's like, wow, man. So
Yeah.
when I hear people that have all these certain how can I put it, meticulous things that they have to have happen before they take a shot, man, I
Yeah.
can say, man, I know somebody that's professional. They got
You
that you
know,
know that can stand with a baby in one arm and one hand, and you be like, she didn't do
yeah.
this like this.
But it just takes practice, honestly. And it's like, I have to. I ain't got no choice. You know,
Mm.
I ain't listen. I don't got the type of mama. My mama is not a regular grandma. She not at the crib with this. She traveling. She taking trips. Like I be calling her, like, hey, can you watch the kids? Oh, I would, but I'm kind of in Atlanta right now. Like, you
Dang,
know. So then it's like, all right, y'all. You know, so what I will say is that
that's
my
nice.
clients are very much understanding. I will let them know, like, you know, hey, you know, I got my kids with me, and though although still I'm still very much professional,
Right,
mama got to do what she got to do. You know what I
right.
mean? So it can be a struggle sometimes, but it's something that I get better at with time.
That's not, I like that answer. You got to. You thought of that one. I like that.
Yes, off the
That was
dome.
really particular on that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
So
you know, it's dope. I wouldn't trade this experience for nothing in the world because, like I said, it's something new every single day, and I love what I do. Like aside from my job, right? Because you know you got the 9 to 5, and that'll probably always be there until this business funds my entire lifestyle.
right, right.
Yeah,
It's
so
coming. It's
it's
coming.
coming, and
It's
I
coming.
definitely want to get into yeah, I celebrity stuff to hit me up, but my style of photography will never change for anybody. I'm not changing
Mm,
that for nothing. So and that's a hard thing too to say no. You got to learn how to say no.
it
It's
is.
when you want the money too, and it's like, oh, can you do? And it's like, yeah, sure, and you really don't want to, or that's not really what you do. People get greedy.
Mm.
When you start compromising yourself, it's going to show in your work.
And I feel like that shows as eventful and as intelligent and as
Mm-hmm.
talented the black community is.
Yeah.
That I feel like is the top thing that prevents all of us working together
Oh yeah.
to to gain leverage on each other's platform, but also together as well as a unit. I was want to say,
Absolutely.
because there's so much dog eat dog. This is mine. Well, yeah, I ain't trying to do this with you because I don't know you, or they feel a certain type of way about it because they're at this
Yeah.
level and they feel like you at that level, and it's like,
I never understood that, honestly. Like the whole idea in my mind, right, is when you get to a certain level, you get to a certain status, even with me, the whole idea is to be able to reach back, help somebody out, reach back. I'm still not necessarily ahead of you, but my road is
yeah,
different because I'm this farther along. But I never get to a point where I can't help nobody. Not my, especially not my people. It's enough money for everybody to eat. That's the thing. Like,
they just signed off about $2 trillion last year. Like,
you feel me? Like, it ain't that deep. It's just not that deep where you can't help nobody. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
you ain't that big. Sometimes some of these people, I be like,
Get him the face one more time.
you
Like,
just, bro, you just got put on yesterday. Stop playing with me.
speak.
Like, you just got put on yesterday. So you's like, you have to humble yourself. No matter how
Yes.
big you think you are, no matter how dope you think you are, and don't get me wrong, you can be dope. You can do all of that, but don't get too big for your britches, as the
Yeah.
old people would say. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I admire to do that. To be honest with you, what I would love to do is I would love to work with other artists, other people. But it's just like it's so hard because people be so,
Yeah. Like you're gonna steal their platform right off from under them. And it's like
exactly,
that's
exactly.
impossible.
Right. Like you don't do what I do and I don't do what you do. That's the whole purpose of being unique. That's why
Yeah.
I don't, that's why I can support and share other photographers because y'all good at what y'all do and I'm good at what I do. Like your style is different than my style, but that's
Mm.
the beauty in, creating your own brand and just
Right.
creating yourself. You ain't gotta bite off the next person's style. Like it's never been that deep for me. And like I said, I can congratulate and I can look and admire other people's work. And there's times where I have to shut off from the world because I can look at something that, you know, I can be inspired, but sometimes I can be like, well, let me not look at yours too much because I don't want to, you know, recreate something that
Right.
you did. You know what I mean? So even that's
Exactly.
important. That's artist responsibility, right?
Woo.
So
Write
you
this
just
down.
gotta, yep, right. You know, so yeah, it's an adventure. You learn so much in this business. You learn so much as a person, and I just love growing. It's so amazing to just realize that you may know some stuff, but you really don't know nothing. It's too much to know. It's
Yeah.
too much knowledge around this mug to to know everything.
You right, man. You right.
So
That's why
yeah,
that's why I'm so happy that you were able to come onto the show. I
yeah, of
know it.
course,
I'm glad that you've
yeah.
been watching. It felt good to hear a fan of the show. You know,
Listen,
that's big to me.
I'm gonna promote you everywhere I go. That's another thing too. We gotta, like you said, we gotta put each other on. So if somebody asks me, hey, do you know such and such? Do you know who doing this and this and that? Let's get back to business cards too. Like
Yes.
yeah, like social media is cool and it's another way, but they even have like digital
Yeah.
business cards
I
where you can
see it.
like, yeah, you can put it underneath your phone and you just,
It's crazy.
and it just pops up. Technology is amazing.
But a
It's
lot of
scary.
times it's like that's awesome and all,
Yeah,
but that takes money to make money. And
it
that's the
does.
ordeal that I feel like a lot of us, like you said before, those are the trials, some of the trials of
Yeah,
starting certain organizations and businesses because funding is out there. Yes, it's out there,
yeah,
but not to uh, downgrade any other cultures or anything like that.
mm,
But from my perspective, we as the African American community don't have
mm,
that biggest support. And we all know that now, and there's more exposure now thanks to social media and
yeah,
media outlets.
uh-huh,
But just because we know about it doesn't mean that anything is really being put to change. And
yeah,
you know what I mean? A few
yeah,
places is good, but how many of those places have been altered, you know, by the wrong individuals that don't want to see this new upcoming thing. So,
yeah,
what do you think about that type of situation? How would you change that in your eyes?
yeah. Well, you know what? I will say this, and I don't speak too much on politics because, like I said, it's very exhausting and it can be very tricky.
Yeah,
But before Trump had got out of office, I was like pushing hard for vote.
right.
But aside from the presidential election, we got
Yeah.
local elections that we don't even participate in, which is very sad. Especially for young people, we have so much power if we just use it. So in terms of that, because you got people who are advocating for certain bills get changed and pushed every single day right up underneath our feet and we don't even realize it,
Man,
and we
hundreds of
don't.
them.
Right. And we don't actively, get involved into these elections with people who are passing these bills that can potentially help us, people that are advocating on our behalf to like be able to do, like you said, have the funding. One people something that people really don't know. I used to want to get into the dispensary business at one point. Before it got legalized in Michigan. Like I'm watching this stuff, I'm like, okay, it's definitely about to get
I could
legalized in
see
Michigan.
it. Audie Cloud.
Listen, smoke by audio.
Man,
But and I was looking at that, but then I got discouraged so quick because it's like, where the heck I'm gonna get this much capital? When you look into how much it costs, even for the licensing for it to even apply,
yeah.
thousands of dollars that we just do
Whew.
not have.
Yeah.
So I think we need to get. It's not. I know it sounds cliche, but we definitely need to get more active when it comes down to our local elections, and start
Mm,
putting people in position who can actually help us. You know,
you're
so
right.
yeah, and
And I don't
it's
feel like that's
important.
really been as political as you take it because
Yeah.
it's like in a town or in a city,
Hmm.
people don't like certain things that happen around the town. But like you said previously, bills be passed that we don't even know about. And so we
Exactly.
go to these people yelling and bitching and moaning,
Yeah.
and we're the ones who allowed it in the first place.
Exactly. It's like, well, shit, y'all ain't vote, so it's like,
Y'all, so we're gonna do what we want to do. And
exactly.
it's like also we have to be careful of who we elect. And it's hard to do that
It is.
because as my grandfather used to say, a snake can shed his skin
It can.
many
It
times.
can.
So
And
it's like,
it's
how do you have to learn to reach into yourself and say, okay, this is what I'm looking for me, and that's what I want
yeah.
from my people. And if you don't have these steps, then I'm not voting for you.
Listen, I'm gonna
Period.
put people on. A lot of people know him, but listen to for the people who don't know, Killer Mike.
Oh,
Absolutely
I
love him.
love Killer Mike.
That is my dude, like from the
It's
very beginning. So you like I listen to people like that who are you gotta connect yourself with people who are advocates for the city. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Advocates for your city or wherever you at. The small time people, the people that, they got some voice and some say so. So
right,
like you said, it's like we don't know who doing this and we don't know who to vote for. Well, that's a duty to us to be able to learn about these people, learn about what they stand for. Like I said, we look at,
exactly.
the big election, between, Trump and what's the other man name? That's
Biden,
Biden.
he
You know
forget
what I
his
mean?
name too, probably. Not gonna.
I mean, pick your poison. You know what I mean? He banked on, promises that he still ain't got. I got student loans I'm still not paying. I don't care how far y'all push them back. I'm not paying them back.
I'm right there with you
You know what
because
I'm saying? So it's like, but even that promise he made about, what was it? Giving $10,000 to people towards that's something that he promoted before he got elected, and
yeah,
then now he
I
got
remember that.
elected. Now he's talking about I'm not doing it.
We can't
So it's
afford
just like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
it.
we can't win for lose, but we do have some power at the end of the day. You just got to do your
Right.
part at the end of the day.
Ooh.
You got to do your part.
I got one more question. I know I've
What's up?
been I know I've been getting out. Oh, you've been enjoying. I've been enjoying it. I ain't gonna lie, y'all.
Me
It's,
too. I love
I've
talking to
been
you. I always
enjoying
love
this
talking to you. Back when we
conversation.
was at MCC, like me and you just always click. So
Oh
it's a
man.
vibe.
Oh, you brought back the FCC days.
I
Ooh.
did. I did, child.
Oh
Listen.
man. That was before the beard,
Whew.
y'all. I look like a
If I knew
newborn
then what
baby.
I knew now, child, I probably, to be honest with you though, I probably wouldn't even have went to school.
I wouldn't have either. I can.
That's crazy.
I would agree on that because I feel like I self taught myself more than when I sat in the classroom.
Come on now. That's a word in itself. That's the same thing that I said. I literally got myself into debt for
for,
something.
for
I ain't
free.
even go. What I'm doing now, I didn't learn that in college. And I'm
That's
making
true.
more than what my degree was going to be in. So it's like, and like you said, especially when you self-made, you teaching yourself anyway. And let's be
Right.
real,
Right.
YouTube and the internet has been our best friend when it comes down
Man,
to
and
learning
not
stuff.
degrading anybody who went to Harvard or any
Of
local
course not.
community
Get your
colleges. We
education.
love y'all. We respect y'all. Thank y'all for y'all services, what y'all been
Yes,
bringing.
absolutely.
However,
Right. But for the rest
can't
of
do
us little regular people,
it. Right. In our circle,
exactly.
nah.
So if you need to be a doctor, you're trying to be a doctor, you're trying to be a nurse, lawyer, all the where you actually need to get the degree. Yes, because I don't want my doctor saying, I'm about to perform this on you, but I learned this off of YouTube. So absolutely. Um,
Oh no.
but you're right. That we might have
Oh
a
no.
problem, but it's just some stuff books cannot teach you. And some
Agree
stuff
to
it
agree.
just and some stuff just you just if it got to be in you. If it ain't, the girls that get it, and the girls that don't, they don't.
So and okay, so this new year of 2022,
Yeah.
what is it what is the goal for 2022? What is the overall thing? Well, I want to say overall because it changes multiple times throughout the day. But what
Yeah.
is the one of the highlights that you want to do in 2022?
One of the highlights. Whew, it's so many highlights. It's so many highlights. But if I had to just kind of narrow it down to one,
Yeah.
if I could
Tough
just
question.
It is a tough question because it's just like I'm just trying to elevate what
Mm,
I am. No, for real. Like
mm,
elevate, not in my 9 to 5 job, but I gotta elevate with me. But it touches all areas though. It touches like my side hustle. It touches my motherhood. It touches me as a woman. It touches me as the future wife, the future partner. I need to
mm.
elevate on all areas. So right now, like Issa said, it's definitely a me season. It's a me season. It's about me, and I am unapologetic even in that. I think I said sorry. So I used to apologize a lot for elevating.
Yes.
I'm sorry you can't come with me, or I'm sorry I gotta move on. Or, I ain't doing that shit no more. I'm not listening. I'm not apologizing for nothing in 2022. If you back
Especially.
there, you're gonna be stuck back there. And if you
Mm,
ain't coming, then that's cool. But people have to
mm.
be unapologetic. Like you gotta be unapologetic. You gotta be like
Man, man, I gotta get a glass of wine. I'm gonna send you a
listen,
bottle of
I'm gonna get
wine.
some water right now, but that wine coming in
I,
a second.
man, I got the tea. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm green teaing it up with
That
lemon and
that's
lime.
that's all right. I got some tea. I just ain't drunk it yet. I drank some coffee, but but
But that's dope, man. You have done. I just got to give you your applause and your praise. You have
uh,
went from an individual who has. We hear it so much, especially for our black queens,
mm,
that life was not chosen for them, and then for you to take that life and to
mm,
make it your own, and to still kick and stay above water through all the trials that you went through, and then to
yes,
come back on top to be like, what's happening? Y'all thought I was gone. I just was
yes,
sharpening myself up. And it's like, wow, seeing those stages from top to bottom for myself. And I know
yes.
the audience have so if you're probably one of these people that I'm describing right now, if you're watching this show right now. So I applaud all y'all that does that, especially in a world that they say is a man's world. It's not a
Yeah,
man's world. I don't feel like it was never a man's world. I just got to hey, I'm a man and I'm
listen,
saying it. It's not our world.
that's
We're
fact.
just here. I feel like it should be never a man's or a woman's. It's a partnership because it's
That's
two halves to make a whole.
oh,
So you rub it off for me. Oh, you rub it off for
come
me.
on now
I'm
with the
just saying,
word.
man.
That's
And I
fact.
thank you for that.
You
I thank you
welcome.
because my daughters need a role model. My sons need a role model. I can't teach them everything, and I'm not a sad to say it. That's
Yeah.
why if dad don't know, I know somebody who do.
That's a fact. And that is
So
why I'm speaking this into the existence. Like this has been a part of my manifestation. I've manifested a lot this year. But what I will say for my future husband, listen, you are blessed already, and you don't even know it, because he is gonna be covered from one end to the next. That's why I wear so many hats, so I could be doctor, mama, uh, everything else. You know what I mean? Like, but for real, we need each other. We need each other. We need our
right.
community. Um, and let's build this. Let's build this thing. So thank you so much. I love you endlessly. You know that. You have my full support. I will support you
I
until
can't cry on camera, y'all. She trying to
don't
make me cry
do
on camera. I got the glasses. I got
that.
y'all know I
We don't
got
need them fogging up. But that's facts though. Keep doing what you're doing. I absolutely love it. And I'm so proud. I told you at the beginning. I'm ending it with that too. Thank you, thank you, thank you for letting me
oh
just kind of have
man.
a voice today. That's
And
been my thing
also,
too.
yeah,
Getting the voice. I learned that. That was my biggest thing that I learned last year. I learned my voice last year. This year, I'm actually using it. So
mm, you
that's the last
okay.
gem.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all hear from the queen herself, man. Audie has been doing so much big things as you oh my god, and continue to surprise her brother. That's for
Oh,
sure. Cause I gotta play catch up. I gotta
listen,
play, and I'm older, y'all.
you're right. I
That,
was about to say, let's not forget that you the old one, okay?
man,
I'm behind you, but you still
yeah.
older.
So thank you all for tuning in on Unapologetic, your number one podcast. Again, I'm your favorite host, Mr. Unapologetic. Thank you, sis, Queen, for coming on to the show. I love you.
I love
Continue to
it.
strive to bigger and better things. And man, we know we're gonna share this to the moon and back, baby, to the moon and back.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, if y'all do want to see her work or want to work with her, all the details will be below on the video. I'll make sure we get that information out to y'all, man. So please stay unapologetic, stay true to you, and always remember, man, you gotta fight for what you want.
Absolutely.
Man, thank you, sis. Love.
Love. Bye.